Today we're staying at the stunning Phi Phi Erawan Palms Resort on Koh Phi Phi Don, and I'm going to be taking you along to explore everything this amazing island has to offer. From delicious food and crystal clear beaches to some incredible sunset spots, today is going to be a seriously good one, so let's get into it. Good morning Thailand and hello from Koh Phi Phi Don. We arrived yesterday at the Phi Phi Erawan's Palms Resort and I would have shown you around the room and reception area, but today I'm going to be showing you around the pool area, the beach, and hopefully we'll go for a 5-kilometer run too to go and check out the area around us this evening before going out for our meal tonight. Probably staying in and around this area. But now it is time to head down to breakfast. I've got no idea whether it's going to be like buffet style or whether they'll just bring out a menu and you have to choose from there, but let's go and find out. It is a glorious day today though. Look, the sun is out, the lake is on, it is beautiful. So I'm looking forward to getting down to that beach a bit later on and chilling out there, chilling in the pool. The sea is really warm too. I put my foot in that yesterday, so I can't wait to relax in there. It's currently like a ghost town. I don't know why, but we thought breakfast was going to be up in there yesterday, but there's like no one sat in there. There's no one sat here. There's just a couple of people down there by the beach. There's no one by the pool at all, which is good. So don't have to get all the sunbeds, but there's a massive sign saying breakfast here. So I think it must be down here, but it is dead right now. So quiet. Come down to the breakfast area. That's actually a little bit busier. There's quite a few people sat outside by the beach, but we've got some amazing views this morning and it is nice sunny blue skies, which is just what we could ask for. And the breakfast as well is pleasantly, surprisingly pretty good. So it's got omelette station. It's obviously got like sausage, bacon, ham, other things you can get. And then it's got a fruit section, it's got the Asian section, and it's got spaghetti for some reason. So that's not for me, but I do know someone that would like that, Olivia. And then there's also cereals and breads and other things like that too. But let's give the omelette a try and see what we think, because omelettes have been not that great so far. But hopefully this one will be a bit better seasoned. That was nice, a bit cheesier than the other ones. Got a very anemic looking orange, very anemic looking sausage though. Not too sure what I think of that, but we'll give that a try. It's all right, tastes a little bit like those hot dog sausages that you get from the jars and stuff. And now for the second course, we have got basically a dessert plate. So we've got croissants, cinnamon swirl, pancake with maple syrup, pineapple, and a cookie, which looks delicious. So let's give the pineapple a try first, see how fresh it is. This is one good breakfast. I didn't expect it to be this good, especially with it being on an island off of Thailand. We've just finished our breakfast and it was actually really tasty. And we've just seen these signs here, which is like a tsunami warning sign. So hopefully there won't be any tsunamis, but the evacuation zone is up those stairs to our rooms. So at least if it happens in the night, we'll be fine. But I suppose if it happened during the day while we're on the beach or whatever, everyone will be running up to our room. But at least we get the luxury of sitting in our room if a tsunami happens. A quick changeover and we've put all of our sun cream on and we are now heading down to the pool. So you may have seen it yesterday if you watched yesterday's vlog, but it is beautiful. Pitched up base by the pool. So we're actually on the beach technically, but the pool's just behind us. And you can see these are the sort of sunbeds they are. So they're like wooden, but then they don't actually have any cushions, but we have noticed a couple of ones at the front do, so maybe we need to ask a hotel. But one thing that we have noticed is that the trees here actually grow bags. So as you can see, that one's called the handbag tree just there. And then if I move over to this side, you've got the backpack tree, which is over there. So it's amazing that the trees here can actually grow bags and rucksacks too. So maybe we shouldn't have bought a rucksack with us and just come here and maybe picked one off one of the trees. It is beautiful, I have to say. The blue seas, blue skies and white sands. Can't get much better beach than this. But now it is time to go in the pool, and as you can see, Beth's already over there at the pool bar. It's the only place you ever find her is at a bar trying to get a drink, but unfortunately that pool bar is closed right now, so she won't be getting any drinks from there. So it's just past lunchtime, and now we've come back to the room for a break, and the maid has done the room. But look at these little things she's made. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. It kind of looks like a strawberry with the flowers on. I can't remember what flower, the name of that flower is. Someone will have to let me know in the comments below, but they're everywhere around here. Very pretty flower, and Beth's been trying to get all the hair clips with those on, and she wears them every day. And what might be quite nice is later on having a quick drink on the balcony before we actually go out. Just sit there, enjoy watching the views. But we're just going to sun cream up again, then head back out, probably go in the pool and in the sea, and then I'm going to go for a run later on too. So it's my first run since like January, I think. We've just had a discussion with the tourist information board about how to get to the Sunset Pier, which hopefully we're going to go to tonight. And he said, oh, it's a 2-minute walk, just go through the hotel and it's there. And look, there it is. So hopefully this evening we can come back and see the sunset. I'm not going to lie though, it doesn't look that pretty. It's no real like bars or restaurants or anything. It's just literally a pier. Well, a few boats actually are arriving here too, so maybe the some of the boat trips go from here too. But I believe that they might have another pool in our hotel, which is just up there too. So we'll go take a look at that in a moment. But we've been having a look at like the prices to do boat tours to Maya Bay, which is on I think it's Koh Phi Phi Don or something, and then also Bamboo Island, which is meant to be beautiful for swimming and snorkeling. And apparently you can see baby sharks, which to me doesn't sound lucky, but the guy said it was lucky if you get to see one. But for me, I don't think it would be very lucky. I'd be straight back out of that water. And so we've come up to the top now, and there is a second pool up here, which I mean, it doesn't look like the most appealing of pools, especially compared to the other one down at the bottom, and you don't really get the bar and the restaurant and stuff to sit at too. But it has got some nice sunbeds, but maybe this is probably a good spot to watch the sunset tonight. We're now walking alongside the beach. Honestly, it is beautiful. The beaches here in Southeast Asia, and the Maya beach where we're hoping to go is like the top 5, I believe, in Southeast Asia. So that one should be absolutely stunning. But we're heading over to another one of the hotels, which apparently has a bar on the opposite side of the island, which is known as the Sunset Bar. So maybe instead of watching it from that pool area and not being able to get a drink or eat anything, we could maybe go over to that instead, and maybe the vibes would be just slightly better. We are booked in at 6 PM for the Sunset Bar, so I'm looking forward to showing you that a little bit later, as it looks beautiful. It's like a massive infinity pool next to it because it's part of a hotel. The only thing is that it shuts at 7 PM, so you can only get a couple of drinks before it actually shuts. Maybe they should have kept it open for longer, or maybe served food, because I'm sure they'd get quite a lot of service from there. So now it is time to go in the sea and check out how cold it is. It's actually gone a little bit choppier because it's gone a bit windier, but hopefully that shouldn't affect the temperature. Right, so I'm now going to go for a 5k run. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be about 5k, but I don't actually know as you go further down whether it'll just get to a point where it stops. I can't actually run on the sand, but I'm running barefoot, so really nice shoes that I've got on is called Bare Feet, and it's going to be all on sand, so it's going to be pretty slow. I'm hoping to do sort of 6 minutes per kilometre, but we'll have to see how it turns out, because it's going to get quite hot too. So we are about halfway into the run, and I was hoping that once I got to the end I'd be able to keep going, but unfortunately it then goes to like a mud path, so I need to have some form of footwear on, like trainers or something, because I'm not going up there in barefoot. But I'm now running along the sand, and it's horrible because the tide's coming in too, so it means that the ground is really sludgy, so it feels like I'm just running in quicksand, which isn't ideal. And I don't know why I've chosen the hardest run for the first run back. Unfortunately, I've had to stop at 3 kilometres because I've gone and stood on a shell and it's cut my foot. I don't know if you can see that there. It looks tiny, but it stings like crazy and it hurts as well to run on. So little tip, don't run on the beach without shoes on. Although I was pretty happy that I was able to stay at that 6 minutes per kilometre pace, but like I said, unfortunately only able to 3 kilometres. I've got a park run coming up soon, which is to get running. I'll probably take the trail path, like this little road that's just behind, so I'll probably take that rather than running on the sand, and hopefully that'll be a little bit easier too. And it has got a few undulations, that, whereas obviously the sand was very flat. It was just like running in sludge though, so it was a lot harder than I initially anticipated. But my knee's not in pain, which I'm happy about too, because I've obviously had that knee issue for ages, and I thought maybe after all this rest it might be okay. So as long as I stretch out properly, fingers crossed, I will be fine. But yes, very lucky to be here right now and enjoying the run. So I'm just going to cool off now in the swimming pool. After a quick changeover, we are now heading over to the Sunset Bar, which we booked earlier to hopefully see a decent sunset. It has actually got quite windy, which is quite nice though, because it cools you off a little bit as it's still quite warm right now. And after a short 5-minute walk from the hotel, although it is quite a steep walk, so I am sweating a little bit now, but we've arrived at the Sunset restaurant and a bar, so let's go show you inside. Like I was saying before, this is part of a hotel and it is very bright right now, but take a look at this view. All you can see is sun. But look at that, beautiful. So it's got sunbeds, infinity pool here at the top too, and then overlooks the sun, which is currently setting. And hopefully when we get to the bar, which is just around the corner, and it's a lot busier than it was earlier, hopefully we'll get to see the sunset. We've now sat down in our own private section of the Sunset Bar, so we're quite happy that we actually reserved this yesterday, but we've got basically our own little bit here, but it's quite nice up at the top too. I'll show you on the way out. It's got like a swimming pool and then lots of seating up there and the bar, but obviously you can see the sun is slowly beginning to set. It's very bright. I made the rookie error of not bringing sunglasses, unfortunately, but we have ordered ourselves a Singer beer and a Cosmopolitan, and it came to $411.95, which is around £9, so it is quite expensive here compared to on the other side of the island where we had 2 drinks and it came to like 200, 300. So let's give our Singer a try. Hopefully it's a good one. Oops, and I've tipped it everywhere. Nice and cold, very nice, and I'll show you the sun once it's set in. So the bar is now closed, so we're going to head over to the other side of the island, back where our hotel is, for food. But before we go, I will show you what the bar looks like. So there's the sun setting again in the background, looks beautiful. Then you've obviously got the main pool area here with the infinity pool, which I can imagine looks amazing during the day. Then all the sunbeds, and then up here is where the main bar is. This is where other people are sat. So you can actually watch it from up here too and see the sunset. And then they've got a swimming pool up here as well and some more sunbeds over there. And then there's the bar in there. So I definitely recommend coming here to see the sunset if you do come here, because as you can see, it is beautiful. We're now back on our side of the island and it's dead again. I don't understand, like everywhere we go is dead. There's like a couple of restaurants that everyone goes to and that's it. You might be able to see the sea there in the background. Got a bit of a flutter because the lighting is crap here right now. But we're walking around the hotel, which basically has the Sunset Bar, and it does look really nice, to be fair. It just looks so empty. Like, I'll show you around there. I don't know if you can see all the seats just up there. No one there at all. Got like 3 or 4 taken here, and that's it. For our meal tonight, we have come to Jimmy's Cafe, which is still part of the same hotel as the Sunset Bar. It's really nice though. It's straight opposite the sea, which is nice to watch the waves crashing in, but it is actually quite windy today too. So it is quite cool out here, but it's quite nice too because it can get quite warm. But for the first time, I think ever, since being in Southeast Asia, we've actually been given some bread to start, so it's probably going to be charged for it. That's what usually happens in there. But for some reason on this island too, there's like taxes and service charge on everything. So this is 17.7% of taxes and service charge. So you look at the price and you have to bump up a load too. But we're going to enjoy our bread now and wait for our drinks to arrive, and then hopefully the food should arrive very soon, because I've got a formaggi pizza which I'm looking very forward to. And the food has arrived. It looks delicious. We'll start off with Beth. She's got the green tofu curry, which looks really good with some boiled rice. And then I've got the formaggi pizza. So 4 cheeses. Can't remember which the 4 cheeses are, but it looks very delicious and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So let's bite into it now. That was good. The people who don't like blue cheese, they won't like that. But I actually do quite like the blue cheese with the pizza. So I'm looking forward to finishing that off. The food cost us 906 baht, which is quite expensive to be honest, compared to a lot of the restaurants we have been to the whole time we've been here in Thailand, as that is about £20 just over. But it was a really nice meal, and Beth said it was one of the best tofu green curries she's had, and it was also a really nice pizza for me too. But we're now making our way back towards the hotel, and we're probably going to stop off at a mini market to grab some snacks for tomorrow. That is going to be it for the night. So on the way back, we did actually manage to get some Oreos and crisps, which came to 130 baht. So actually not too expensive, as that's just below £3, but it is still a little bit more than on mainland Thailand. But my first impressions of Koh Phi Phi Don and the Phi Phi Erawan Palms Resort is that it is stunning. White sands, blue turquoise sea, and lovely weather too at the moment, which is good news. There are a few restaurants too on the beach which you can go to, and obviously they had that sunset bar on the opposite side where we went today, and that was beautiful too. The only thing is, it is a little bit more expensive than mainland Thailand, so you're probably timesing the prices by at least 1.5, maybe 2 in some cases. But I am going to end the vlog here, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow spending another day here at the Phi Phi Erawan Palms Resort, just chillaxing on the beach, and hopefully we can go for a swim in the pool and the sea again, and the weather, fingers crossed, holds up and stays sunny. So if you enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new and you want to see some more of these vlogs. It goes a long way to supporting the channel, so do make sure to do both of those, and I'll see you all in the next one.